Welcome back to the AB Scout Project. I'm Krager. This is Off Bravo, and today we're going to start off with Devcon. Now, since this is a character we haven't covered before, we're going to go over all of his molds. That's why Scourge is here. There was a BotCon repaint, slight remold of Scourge that was used as Devcon in the box, which that head sculpt was actually reissued later in the Scourge and Sweep set for one of the anniversaries for the Transformers the movie. So you could get it, a little bit easier, a little bit cheaper. But now we have a wide release of Devcon, which is actually a blur resculpt, oddly enough. So that's pretty cool. You see, look between the two, you can see that this one is definitely a lot more show accurate. Of course, in the show, he was, pretty generic. So, hey, it looks very generic. So it wins. All right, the new guy comes with the little two pontoons I got back here. You just pop off, and you can stick these on his gun for the Evo fusion. But I just keep them back here, and you can leave them attached back there for transformation too. So all you have to move is his gun. So really, not bad at all. Whereas original, lots of kibble back there, and the transformation is pretty involved, which, if you like that sort of thing, you still have that thing. So, anyway, let's look at their alt modes. Before we go to alt modes, do one quick compare. We'll take Scourge out for a sec. Bring the Velocitron blur in, just to see that it is a heavy, heavy remold. Like, the thighs are the only thing reused. Everything else is a brand new sculpt. They even kind of changed how the shoulders transform. But, yeah, it's practically a new mold. At this point, it's just shared engineering. Anyway, on to the alt mode. And here we have Devcon and Scourge in their alt modes. And you see, just vastly different. Now, you might think that this looks like a janky alt mode, but when you look at what he looked like in the series, yeah, that was janky alt mode too. So, hey, this matches the series. Whereas this is the giant flying wing, very kind of reminiscent. I think it was the Boeing Strato Cruiser or Sonic Cruiser. Yeah, it was Sonic Cruiser. Anyway, yeah, it's neat. It's not Devcon, but it's neat. So, give you a quick 360 on these two, just so you can see. The classic stows away well, where this, you can tell there's robot parts there, so that's one that this one has over it. You can even flick out the landing gear. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, that's about it for the alt mode. You store the gun here, the gun pod, or the jet pods back here. Easy peasy. You can also put the pods here if you want to. A few combat options. But anyway, let's go ahead and make our decision. So which one is our G1 Devcon, since he didn't appear in IDW? It's going to be obvious. It's going to be Legacy, just because this was molded to look like it. His alt mode looks like the G1 alt mode. So, yeah, the new Legacy wins. So, the definitive Devcon is the Legacy Devcon. Alright, let's go on to the next one. Next up, we're looking at Beachcomber. That's the new Legacy release. He actually looks really good. Actually, the first thing that struck me when I took him out of the package was he's huge. I mean, here he is next to Bumblebee. You see, yeah, they made him really big. In fact, we'll pull out this Bumblebee, bring in the Masterpiece Bumblebee, and you see he's actually Masterpiece scale. So, in my midst of going, well, I just, wasted my money on a cheap Masterpiece, I went and looked back at the original episode, and from a screen grab, we can see, yeah, he was actually that tall in his first appearance. Other appearances, he was the standard scout size, but in his premiere episode, he was actually that tall. kind of like Warpath was taller than the others in his first appearance and subsequently shrunk, but for now, it's valid. Alright, he comes with his gun, that's also his grill and dune buggy mode, and also came with a tiny bird that fits in the 5mm ports that I lost in about 3 seconds of opening the package. So, yeah, I found out the bird did fit on the end of the gun as a blast effect, and after that I lost it. So, didn't really need a bird anyway. Anyway, we'll bring in our current winner, the Titan Return, and you can see, he did some growing. Yeah, and this also points out one thing that's really my major complaint is that they didn't paint the hands. I kind of wish they'd done that, but they're kind of skimping on the paint apps. They did give us a more posable figure, but they kind of skimped on one of the paint apps. This is a lot more to the animation accurate, so I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, but I think Titan Return still has a decent spot in my heart. Alright, let's look at the alt mode. And here we have the Beachcombers in their dune buggy mode, and they both look really cool. Let me give you a quick 360 on those so you can compare. And I actually like the Titan's Return better. I mean, in all honesty, I think it looks better, a lot more detail on it. I like the extra stuff they put on the headlights. I like it. The original can store the gun up here. The old one had no gun. But, you can put a 3mm or something there. But, yeah. One thing that did surprise me about the Legacy is it actually has rubber wheels. I was surprised. I haven't seen those in a while. But that's pretty neat. It closes out really well. I mean, pretty much just closes out here better, but otherwise, that really actually did surprise me how well built this was. But anyway, that's about all to say about the alt mode, and if you still had your birdie, you could stick it in one of the holes back here. But anyway, let's go ahead and figure out who our winner is. So, is this our new Beachcomber? I think just by virtue of having the extra articulation with the ankle tilts and the chest configuration is actually the G1 model instead of the little spot that Titan Return had. And it matches the first episode while not matching the subsequent, but I'm just going to go ahead and say Legacy is our new Beachcomber. Now, I'm probably still going to take Titan's Return on vacation with me because that's what I started with, but yeah, so Legacy wins. And actually, this is a really good toy. Keep track of the little bird better than I did, and I think you'll be pretty happy. Alright, let's wrap this up. Thank you for joining us today on the AB Scout Project. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, ring that bell, and I'll see y'all later.